Bidvest Life is a life insurer that offers a suite of income protection, disability, critical illness, and life cover options. Since their inception in 1995, their biggest aspiration is to protect the incomes of all South Africans from the risk of injury, illness, and death. Bidvest Life's tagline is, "When life happens, we show up." The reason for my chat today with Lulu Rasebotsa, CEO of Bidvest Life, is because of the rebrand from FMI to Bidvest Life, a step most believe is definitely one in the right direction. First of all, Lulu, thank you for making the time to talk to me about the rebrand, the story behind it, about you. We are all very, very excited about it. So, first of all, please tell me a little bit about yourself, your experience, why you joined Bidvest, and your vision for Bidvest Life.
A very good morning to you, and thank you for having me. My experience in financial services spans over 25 years, both in the Botswana and South African market. I've been in the life industry in pension funds, pension fund administration, and hardcore underwriting. I'm passionate about the life industry. My background is in maths and statistics, and I guess hence why I landed in the industry, because largely we all know that insurance is really driven with those two pillars of maths and statistics.
Your vision for Bidvest.
Let me start with why I joined Bidvest Life, formerly FMI. I've been with traditional insurers for most of my career, if not all my career, where we know that typically it's always around lump sum. But the real question is lump sum the way to go? So when I was called for the job, I found that what the ethos of Bidvest Life is really more around protecting income, which I thought was really cool. And for the fact that for 27 years, this is what they've driven through financial advisors, but the market knows and competitors know that we are the pioneers of income protection. So I thought that was really cool. Another thing is I love what Bidvest Life stands for in terms of values, which is bravery, empathy, and excellence. Around empathy and excellence, we saw this come out particularly during COVID. We were able to pay up to 92% of all our claims, 8% just being that the claims that we didn't pay were not valid. We were able to play within very short turnaround times of up to 24 hours, understanding the fact that when people are in dire need, you have really got to make sure that at least you relieve their financial burden. Around bravery, I think Bidvest Life, we are a challenger brand. We are feisty, and this is why we've been able, after 27 years, to take this bold step of rebranding.
There's a lot of things that FMI, now Bidvest Life, did right in the past. You shared a few good stats and stories yesterday at the launch. So quickly share with the audience a few of the highlights of all the great things at FMI, now Bidvest Life.
Yes. I think the NMG stats will reveal that we are one of the fastest growing insurers. In fact, over the 2 years, we've grown beyond what the market has been able to grow. Our relationship with our financial advisors is one which is solid. Our financial advisors know that they can actually call our claim people, our claims team. They can call our underwriters. They know them by name, so they're able to get a response very quickly when they need one. I think how we really showed up during COVID, especially the team working remotely from home, we demonstrated a high level of excellence. So I think that is what we stand for, and we have been able to show up.
27 years of FMI. And now, Bidvest Life. Tell us more. Why now?
Well, for 27 years, I think FMI has served us very well. But the messaging has been very consistent in terms of feedback from our advisors that we are still an unknown brand. Now, having been acquired by Bidvest in 2016, and with an acquisition, it doesn't necessarily mean the name change comes immediately. But we knew that change was inevitable. And a rebrand requires a huge investment. So the timing had to be right in terms of the quantum of what we have to spend, not only to launch the brand, but to thereafter maintain and elevate the brand. We have decided to take this step of rebranding because, one, we want to leverage off of the Bidvest name. Bidvest is a very well-known brand in South Africa. FMI as a brand has been what we like to call at the office, one of the best kept secrets. But now we are becoming a consumer brand. And why we decided to become a consumer brand is that we want to give the broader South African market access to us. Because on the back of a strong brand, it's easier to have a conversation with a consumer. So it was just a question of timing, but we all knew that the change was inevitable.
I think personally it's super exciting, and I 100% get the Bidvest name. So yeah, absolutely very exciting. You did your research, obviously, and you shared the news with advisors, which are a very important channel for you before you shared it with anyone else. What was their feedback?
Our advisors are our key stakeholders, and they are super excited with us adopting the new name. And they completely believe that with the new name, it can only but take up that conversion rate. Because when they put forth quotations with their clients, the name Bidvest as a name, there's no question around it. It makes the conversation much, much easier. Our advisors themselves have in the past told us that we have put them through what they call a double sell. First, they must sell the name FMI, which has been unknown and that we acknowledge, before they can even go into the hardcore conversation of giving their clients the advice that they deserve. So they've really embraced the new name and the rebrand.
So they are excited. That's fantastic. So what's going to be your big focus for the next few years?
I think the big focus for us for the next few years is really around public awareness and public education. We do believe that income protection as a risk mitigant is still very unknown in the South African market, but it is something that actually, before anything else, when you start working, you have got to protect your income. It is because of that income that you are able to look after your family. You are able to pay for that medical aid. You are able to buy that car. So you have got to protect that income against the risk of being diagnosed with a critical illness, being unable to work because you're disabled, or indeed death. And particularly around death is the fact that traditionally the market is only aware of lump sum. But we believe lump sum is actually what we shouldn't be pushing. Yes, the option should exist, but for us, lump sum results in what we call the lottery effect. We all know what happens when people find themselves with huge amounts of money out of the blue, which it would be in the event of death, and thereafter they're unable to manage that money. Whereas if that money is given to them as annuity income, they're better able to manage on a month-to-month.
Yeah, no, there is definitely a lot of people that battles to handle big amounts of money, so it definitely does make sense. What excites you personally most about the rebrand?
What excites me most is the talk that's going to come with this rebrand. We are going to become very topical and we'll be in your face. We'll be up against the traditional giants. But like I say, we are not underdogs anymore. We are not going to play in the featherweight league. we're upping our game to heavyweight. So that excites me. I'm excited to be a part of history in the making. I'm excited to see our growth trajectory after this rebrand.
Finally, Lulu, a message to FAnews readers, the advisors that are very important to you.
I think finally is our advisors should know that we will continue to partner with them. They are our key stakeholders. They have been, over the past 27 years, been our brand ambassadors because they've had to sell us. But we say to them now, we are easing the burden off of you, and we expect that that growth is going to actually pave way for our growth, as has been. We continue to be very committed to our advisors.
Thank you very much for that nice message to end with. It was really great to chat to you. I'm personally very excited about your rebrand. I have a personal connection with Bidvest myself, so I get your bigger vision 100%. So congratulations on the big change, and yeah, all the best for the exciting journey that lies ahead.
Thank you so much. And I expect that we'll be talking more in the future, as I do expect you'll be keeping a close eye on us.
For sure.
Yes.
Thanks, Lulu.
Thank you, then.